Hey y'all, it's Betsy, and today I'm going to go over my 10 goals for 2022. Now, 2021, 2020 were not great years. They weren't great years for me, and I know they weren't great years for a lot of people. So I am trying to change my outlook for 2022 and work on some more reasonable goals, hopefully. So, number one is I want to continue to stick to my low buy. So I've done really well with it. I bought Pat McGrath, you hear the puppy, for December, and I haven't gotten that in yet. I think in November I got Alamar. Did I get something else? I don't think so. But I mean, like, I have hardly bought anything, and I think before that it was I bought Melt, Natasha Denona Glam face palette, and the Loki palette by Notoriously Morbid. But I haven't bought a whole lot, and it actually has made me happy. Less stuff is less stress. So that's definitely important. Number two is I want to continue on my health journey. So I have really started to concentrate, like at the beginning of last year, to exercise more. Not really to lose weight, which I have, but that's not the focus of it. It's to get healthy because, you know, my body has put me through the ringer, and I want to make sure that I am taking care of it. So hopefully I've got some years left on it. You know, I'm trying to eat healthier and exercise and stress less. That hasn't worked out so far for me, but those are kind of the goals. Number three, I want to hit pan on an eyeshadow. One eyeshadow. I don't care which one. I just want to hit pan on an eyeshadow. I've never done it, and I really, really, really want to do it because, you know, this is kind of my year of not buying so much and focusing more on loving the things that I have. Like today, I used the Natasha Denona Retro palette, and then I have the Bloodline Multi-Chrome from Cleona on my lids. And I think I have only used Retro 1 or 2 times before this, and I forget how good it is because I was constantly bringing in new things. And I want to enjoy the things that I have before I'm bringing in more. Number 4 is I want to get our move to Florida finalized. Now, one of the things about the move, and I have talked about this, is like my health issues, like with my epilepsy and things like that. I want to make sure all of that is settled before we try to attempt the move because, you know, moving is stressful enough, but trying to find like a new neurologist, a new GP, those types of things, especially when everything hasn't been finalized yet, like I still am waiting to get into the neurologist, which is, I'm going on April the 5th. So once that's all finalized, I can really put my nose to the grindstone and get things in order. But it has been a dream of mine for a long time. And it was always, well, when we retire. And I have realized with everything that's happened lately is life is too short, and, you know, you got to do the things that make you happy. Number 4, worry less about stuff and more about experiences. You know, part of the thing with life, and I don't know if it's just America or if it's other countries as well, but you are taught to keep growing and getting more and consuming more. It's like, okay, you've got this job. Now you need to buy this house, and you need to fill the house with stuff, so you work a lot to be able to do it. Well, you make more money, you buy more stuff, you get a bigger house, you fill it. You know, it's like this never-ending cycle, and instead of just trying to figure out how to be satisfied, it's like we're always trying to get to the next level. And I have talked about this before. I don't know if I've talked about it over here, but, you know, I grew up with not a lot. When me and my husband got together, you know, we had kids as teenagers, so we didn't have a lot then either. And, you know, as we've gotten more and made more money, we have wanted to get more and work hard and keep getting more. Well, the problem with all of that is we spend less time together. Our house is full of so much stuff that it's like, what do you do with all of it? I mean, and you can't use it all, and it's not as much to enjoy. So I want to worry less about the stuff and spend more time on experiences. You know, one of the things I've talked about for the move to Florida is I want to downsize house sizes. Like, I don't want to spend all my time cleaning and taking care of a big house whenever I would rather be at Disney all the time. You know, and I don't know if that's going to happen with the state of everything that in the world right now, but that's kind of what I want to do. I want to do my YouTube stuff, and I want to go to Disney, and I want to play with my dogs. Which, the puppies, we brought them to the vet at the beginning of December. I don't know if I've talked about this. When we brought them to the vet, we found out that they were only about 3 months old. So they just had their second round of puppy shots on December 30th. So they're about 4 months old now. They're going on Thursday the 6th to get fixed. I will tell you, it's been a lot. Now, number 6, try not to let everything get to me. So I stress about everything that goes on around me. Like, if I feel like somebody's doing something that is stupid, it bothers me to no end. And like, even on the silliest of things, like Jeremy likes to watch Ancient Aliens. And it's not because he believes in the stuff that they say on there. It's because he thinks it's funny. And every time I sit there and I watch it with him, I overanalyze it. I'm like, that's not how that goes. That's not how that works, blah, blah, blah. So even in silly things like that, things get to me. And I need to figure out how to let things go. Because, you know, letting everything bother you is probably not good for your health, which, you know, may be part of my issue. Now, number 7 is let go of some of the responsibility. Again, this is a me issue, and I have control issues. I've talked about it before. I don't want to like let anything go and let anybody else take care of it, because I can't trust that people will do things the way that I want it done. But I need to let it go. I don't need to take on the burden of everything, because, you know, a lot of times that's too much for one person to bear. And on top of that, you know, if something happens to me, if I have taken on the brunt of family life, housework, that type of thing, you know, if something happens to me, Jeremy's not gonna know what to do. And I don't want to leave him like that. As well as, you know, like with the kids, they need to take over handling some of their own stuff. 2 of them are adults. Cameron's fixing to be 15. You know, I want them to be independent. But if I'm always in control of everything, then they can't. Number 8, learn as much as I can. About making better content, that type of thing. I just upgraded cameras, so I don't know if you can tell the autofocus issues, like whenever I would do something and it would get blurry, it is no more. I want to get better at that. I want to get better at editing, the whole 9 yards, because I do really, really enjoy making videos. It is something that I love, that I don't care if I'm making money at it or not. This is something that I enjoy. So why not try to be the best that I can at it? Because it is something I like. You know, give up something and, you know, focus on the things that I really enjoy. Number 9, try to be more compassionate. This is something I have major issues with. And let me start by saying, like, whenever it comes to kids and when it comes to animals, I am extremely compassionate, but I am not the most compassionate when it comes to adults and adults making what I consider to be dumb decisions. Things get to me a whole lot. And one of the things that I have been trying to do is to stop and change my perspective. Instead of looking at it through the lens that in the filter that I see the world, I have to take a step back and look at the filter through what they're possibly seeing it as. You know, and this is kind of what I mean. Okay, so I've talked about my adopted mother and how terrible my childhood was. But one of the things I have stopped and started to actually look at is that imagine what she went through to make her that way. You know, she was 14 when she got married. She had a baby before she was 15. She had 3 young ones before she was 20. That's a lot of burden. Yes, I get that it was a different time, but she got married, she was born in 42, she got married in 1956. Now, that does not mean I forgive what she did, because choices, you know, one of the things is even if you deal with like an abuse cycle, sometimes you have to figure out ways to break that cycle. You know, if you know that there's an issue and you don't try to fix it, it's no longer the person who did it to you's fault. It's also your fault. Because I don't think a lot of people think of mental health a lot of times as health. But yes, you need to learn how to deal with things, even if you have never been able to process things before. So it has put in a different perspective in my mind and in my head. So it's like, even though I can't forgive because the things that she did to me, I have compassion because it's what made her that way, if that makes sense. Now, I do know that there's pure evil in this world, and, you know, that there should not be compassion for certain things, you know, serial killers, pedophiles, but, you know, it is what it is. Number 10, and last but certainly not least, is I want to hit 10,000 subscribers. This is the same goal I set for last year. I didn't hit it, but I haven't been consistent. There's been a lot that's going on, and, you know, even if I don't hit the number, I wanted to set a goal. You know, for me, it's just about being happy and creating things that I love, and hopefully y'all can see that too. But I guess that's it for today. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down below. And if you hit the notification bell icon next to it, that will notify you when I post new videos, which I am trying to get back to my normal schedule, which is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You can check me out on social media, which is Instagram and Facebook. Everything's under Betsy Gocher. But I guess that's it. We will see y'all later. Bye.